Well, hello everyone. I'm Dr. Stock, and this video is for entertainment purposes only. It's been a couple days since I've done an update on the crypto space, and I think that now's that time that I should provide that update because I think that crypto has gotten a little bit boring, and I like that boring feeling because that means that it's about to get exciting. So I think that we're going to have it break one way or the other. Is it going to be a bullish break? Are we going to break to the upside and finally break resistance on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Solana? Those are the four that I'm going to talk about in this video. Or are we going to break to the downside on it? I mean, we've seen how extended Solana is. It's coming up near that $100 mark. We've also seen Cardano really extended, and Bitcoin and Ethereum just sort of trying to overtake some of that strength that they were showing back in May with some of that price action. So stick around and let's get ready to rock. All right, welcome back. So one more time. All right, welcome back. So if you guys want to check out my Patreon for any other information that I have, any other resource that I have, like my portfolios, my weekly newsletter, weekly watch lists of stocks, the private Discord, also access to my other patrons that are over there on the Patreon. You can come join that community. We're a very friendly, positive community, very supportive community, and we just talk about the different opportunities that we see in the market, and we're there for each other, just all supporting our way to financial freedom. So you can check that out. That link is down in the description. Also, Moomoo and Webull, there's referral links down there. You guys can check them out. Get your free stocks. The info's down there. You can click and read about it yourself. I get free stocks for the referral. So thank you very much. With that said, let's get right on to the cryptos. All right, so on my screen, this is from coinmarketcap.com. We get to see a nice little picture of what we got going on with Bitcoin right now with its recent price action. And you can see the run up that it's had from the bottom here. We started barcoding a little bit and just bumping up against resistance right around that $49,000, $50,000 mark. And honestly, 50,000 is going to be a hard number to break. But I think that we're just gearing up in order to really push through that $50,000 mark. If we fail to do that, we're going to keep on bouncing back down to like 48,000, maybe even. Let's see where these low candles are here. So the low price here about 46,000. So 46,000. I think that we might see tiny little pullbacks, but honestly, I think the pressure is going to stay on from the bottom, the upward pressure that's going to give us the bullish momentum that's going to eventually break us up through 50,000, and that might take, you might see in the next day to few days, maybe even up to the next few weeks. But I think that we're on that bull run, and I think that we're going to really be pleased with what we see going on with Bitcoin. But like I said, it's going to take some significant energy, and well, we can look for a volume confirmation to push us up over that 50,000. So if this volume really starts to spike and we're up above 50, then we have good confirmation that we're starting that next little run. If we have very low volume, low conviction above that $50,000 mark, well, then we can come back down to like 48 or even 46,000 and continue this barcode that we have. So that's definitely something that we want to look for. If we spend a couple of days above 50,000, like 3 days above 50,000, that can also act as confirmation that resistance, the resistance of 50,000 is clearly broken, and then it starts acting as support for us, and then we can start our next little run from there. And I think once we solidly break 50,000, that gateway is wide open to lead us on to that next round number, that really round number of $60,000 moving forward from there. And for people who have been up at that $60,000 mark before for Bitcoin, I think they're going to be really excited about that. So if we take a look at Ethereum, this one's looking even better than Bitcoin's chart when we look at Ethereum's chart. So we have this beautiful, almost textbook flag formation coming out. Maybe even you could argue that it's a little bit of a pennant formation that's slightly skewed to the upside for a bullish pennant that we have coming. And if that's the case, if that's true, then this flagpole that we have that the pennant would be hanging on, we would see something symmetric. So pushing up above previous highs that we've seen for Ethereum. I don't know that we'll see something that strong. I think that trying to break up above 4,000 is going to be incredibly difficult, at least in the near future. I think by end of 2021, we got a serious shot to break up above that $4,000 mark, maybe even put in some new highs, especially as we start to hear more news about like proof of stake hitting the test nets. Once that goes onto the test net, we get to see how it's performing, get good news out of that. We're going to get some hype buying there. And then we're also, if it does play out and it's starting to play out really smoothly and well, it's looking promising for an early 2022 rollout for us, then, I think that we're going to see some awesome price action moving forward. That ETH 2.0 is well on its way, and proof of stake being implemented, and then finally sharding when that gets added. I mean, this, in my opinion, is going to go insane, and that Ethereum is just going to get more usage out of it, and it's going to be even better equipped for the DeFi space and the dApps. And I think that we're just going to see a flood more developers and development coming through Ethereum moving forward. This is the one that I'm most bullish on, and I absolutely love it. And now, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention some of the others. So before I get there real quick, breaking resistance here at about 3,300, we've broken it. We've maybe smooched 3,400 at 1.2 recently, the price action, but we weren't solidly up there where we needed to be. Actually, right here's the high candle. So we fell short the high price 33.77 from what I have here on CoinMarketCap. So we almost smooched 3,400, but we didn't quite get there. So breaking that, of course, would be a good sign. If we fail to break 3,300 solidly, then we can still keep that bounce going between 3,000 and 3,300. But 3,100 and 32, those two have actually kind of, we can see the low prices creeping up on us, that we're getting more and more upward pressure. It's only a matter of time until resistance breaks. So I think that the next push that we have is going to be a bullish one. And I think we're going to break that resistance sometime soon. Now, when we look at Cardano, yeah, we got a run up. But man, look how flat across the top we are. The bears on this one are playing goal line defense. Right at, I mean, they just will not let Cardano cross $3. But the bulls, they are certainly not ones to give up. They keep that pressure on, and you know, maybe they'll go for a quick outside screen pass or something like that, make that contact, and finally break that $3 mark. I think because we've been waiting so many days already, like at least close to a week now, to break $3 on Cardano. I think when we do break it, that we get a really significant pump going up above $3 before it pulls back down. So I don't know that it will sustain above $3 in the near future. We are coming up on September the 12th within what, like 2 weeks or something like that. And when that happens, we get the smart contracts released on Cardano, and we could have a definite run up of buying the rumor, and then near that 12th time. So maybe September 10th, maybe September 11th, maybe even as late as September the 12th, we get a sell the news and that price comes ripping right back down on us. I don't think it'll be a full rip right back down. Depending on how solidly we break $3, like if we can get up to like $4 or $5, if we're that excited about it, then I think, you know, coming back down to $3, maybe even coming back and testing 250, you know, we could possibly see that again. We've seen bigger drops in the crypto space, and you know, it just, we've seen huge run-ups. I mean, right here's evidence of one. We've seen big sell-offs, and we've had that back in here. So, you know, why couldn't it happen again? I do like Cardano. I think its long-term outlook is great. I think that we're going to continue to see some really serious short-term volatility coming in with those smart contracts. So for right now, do I think we're going to break $3? I absolutely think that we're going to break $3 in the near term. I'm getting to that in just a moment as to why I think that is, but we can see that pressure. These lows just keep on getting higher, and the more we just beat on resistance, it's like glass that's soon to break, and you know, pretty soon I think that we're going to shatter through. It might be, like I said, it could be a couple days, could be you know, maybe even tomorrow, because I mean, it's not too far off from where it's at right now. Bitcoin and Ethereum are certainly going to have an influence on it as well. If they break resistance, well, then Cardano is probably going to follow suit and also break resistance. So just keep that in mind, you know, maybe at the forefront of your mind, maybe check it in the back of your mind, depending on however you feel about Cardano. And finally, Solana, this one made a run, and then it had a little bit of a flag right here. And then, well, we had another rip up from there. And $100 is a super round number. Like, that's a number that is psychologically impactful to people. So if Solana is a $100 coin, well, we should definitely get there. But it's been resisting from there. That, nah, it's not really a $100 coin. And we can see excitement. First of all, we had this huge volume here. So great confirmation about the price action. Little bit of a taper, which is good for a flag. And then we had a decent volume coming back in, so a little bit more conviction, and then tapering off again. So depending on how long we stay near resistance for Solana, this thing is number 8 by market cap right now in the crypto space. And it was number 10 in the crypto space, I think, before it made this most recent run, and it jumped up another 2 spots from there. And Solana is known for being super fast, and it gets called an Ethereum killer. And, you know, it could pose some serious competition. And while those things are all true about it, the development team, the pool of developers, I should say, surrounding Ethereum versus the pool of developers surrounding Solana is just not even a comparison at this point in time. So Solana, I think it most definitely has a place in the crypto space, and I think that it's doing well to climb the way that it is. I don't know if this is too much of a run up too fast, but that $100, I mean, it's going to be questionable. I mean, we're already close to it. We can go less than 10% from where we're at. like 7 or 8% from where we're at. And then we touch that $100 mark. I think that when we do hit it, when we do cross it, I think it's going to get shoved right back down in the short term. Long term for Solana, I mean, honestly, it's got some climbing power. It might stand the test of time. And, we might really see it come into its own, and might see more development surround it, and more popularity come into it, and really fill out these prices. So that's something that we're going to have to watch. So finally, I was reading this article. It says stablecoin reserves data reveals this about the almost inevitable Bitcoin Ethereum price trend. And the price trend that they're referring to is the bullish trend that we're currently seeing, and that stablecoins might have something to do with it. So as I scroll down here, they talk about the resistance levels, 49,000 and 3.2 thousand for Bitcoin and Ethereum respectively. And they talk about the odds of the trend moving on. And the question, will we keep seeing a bull run here, or is it going to turn bearish on us sometime soon? And what they say in this one is that, there we go. In this first sentence, most analysts at this stage have ruled out the possibility of a massive dip. It can be said that the cautious pullback that the market is witnessing right now is typically healthy. And I agree. When we establish a base of support like we have recently with Bitcoin and Ethereum, we don't want to see huge run-ups like we saw with Solana, because when you run up that quickly, that fast, you can get huge pullbacks that just rip you right back down. And we definitely don't want to see that sort of volatility, at least for most people who are long-term investors, or even maybe just trying to make a short-term trade out of it after it's already run up. If we're taking long positions on this, that we want whatever it is, whatever asset or equity to go up in price. We most definitely want that slow, steady gain versus that rapid increase if we're going to hold on to our position for a long time. So I think that Bitcoin has been taking its time recently, and that's a good thing. And Ethereum, I think, has settled down a little bit and has taken its time, and that's a good thing. When we see those bases of support, then when we run up from there, we can also expect at least a little bit more confirmation for just how far it could come back down. And I'd much rather come back down to 3,000 than I would like to fall all the way back down to like 1,700 for Ethereum. So just some things to keep in mind, some considerations that I have going forward with this. And same thing with Cardano, thinking about that falling back down to $2 per ADA token is just, it's kind of hard on the psyche to think about, because I do have a position in all four of the, I'm sorry, I don't have a Bitcoin position right now. I have one in Ethereum, I have one in Cardano, and I have a very small one in Solana that I just started when it was around $70. So it was already run up a little bit, but I figured, take a small position, do some dollar cost averaging, because I do think that it has some promising aspects to it, especially in its transactions per second. So we'll see if that price is well merited. I believe that right now it is well merited. So buying pressure already setting in. So they say, well, the right time comes, and they talk about the buying pressure on the crypto space. So lifting it upward, allowing it to continue to be bullish, waiting until the right time comes. The market participants have been parking their funds into stable coins. So if you're going to buy crypto, having your money sitting in stable coins allows you to do those exchanges between the stable coin and whatever cryptocurrency it is that you have in that space. So having these comparisons ready to go. So people are loading up on these stable coins ready to go. So the number of zero balances, there we go. More importantly, the number of addresses with a non-zero balance have witnessed a steep spike as of late. Notably, the same stood at 3.5 million USDT, 1.07 million USDC, and 61.81 thousand BUSD at the time of writing. The aforementioned data intensifies the odds of the situation unfolding itself in the coming days. So they're expecting, as per this article, that in the next few days that we should see that next leg of the bull run continue. That means Bitcoin could go well over 50,000. It could break that 50,000 resistance, I should say. Ethereum could break strongly through 3,400, and we could see Cardano go well up over $3. I think, especially with the near-term news that they have with proof of stake hitting. Honestly, I think that we could even possibly see up to maybe 350 in that run-up if that excitement stays around and if that volume really pushes it up. And then, it could quickly tumble by the time we actually do get those smart contracts. We could rip that right back down like 250. But I do think that we're going to break through that resistance sometime soon on Cardano as well. And then Solana, if we get that strong price action out of Bitcoin, out of Ethereum, and, Cardano also experiencing, wouldn't hurt anything because they're the top 3 by market cap right now. And then we could also see that bullish action break through $100 for the SOL token that we have on Solana. So here's a little graphic that we have from Glassnode in this article, and this is just showing that increase of account addresses with non-zero balances. So we can see the ramp up going through June and July and August. And so that build right there, they're saying that these coins are sitting on the side in reserve, waiting to flood back into the crypto market in order to really bolster us into that next resistance breaking moment that we have. And honestly, it could come sometime this week. So as long as we do keep on seeing the resistance hold, and as long as we see the lows continue higher, that only adds buying pressure. That only increases the likelihood that we're going to break resistance sometime soon. So as long as we don't get any black swan events, any huge negative news or anything like that that's going to tank the crypto market, then I think that we're in really good shape moving forward from here. And I think that crypto is going to be, I think it's going to be an exciting week to watch crypto. And if it doesn't hit this week, well, then, we'll reassess and watch for next week. But I guess I can put my money right now on where crypto is this week coming up. All right, so let me summarize. So Bitcoin has been floating just under 50,000. Ethereum has been floating just under like 3,300. Cardano has been floating under $3, and Solana recently has just floated below $100 per token. So all of them up near resistance, just waiting, and we see the buying pressure is just keep on pushing upward on resistance across each of these 4 tokens that I brought to you. So I think that it's only a matter of time until that breaks. And I think that this is going to be the week where we see that break. So it could be an opportunity for dollar cost averaging. It could be an opportunity for people to lock in some profits. It could be an opportunity for people to initiate a position. It's really hard to tell. But just remember, it is a risky space. And, it is possible that they lose huge amounts, even if they can run up a whole bunch. So just be careful with the way that you trade, with the way that you invest. And also when you see things that run up as quickly as are like Solana, in the case that I'm wrong and that does come ripping right back down, did you really want like a life savings on that or something? So I know that I certainly don't. I do small positions, little bits at a time, and try to take advantage of good dollar cost averaging opportunities. I've done that with Ethereum, Cardano, Solana, Polkadot, Chainlink. I'd have to look to see what the rest of them are that I have. But absolutely look for those opportunities. And I think that now is one of those opportunities that we have before the next run. So that's my personal opinion. Absolutely no financial advice here. So take from it what you will. Do your own research and due diligence. If you decide to take a position, or maybe you already have one, and you like the crypto space, keep your eyeballs on it. Because like I said, I think that we're in for some pretty cool price action coming up this week. So thank you guys for stopping by. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, hit that like button, help this video get up ranked. Check out some of my other videos that I have. I have a link to Cardano, and I did talk either in that video or is when I live streamed that same day about the pullback to about $2.50, and that's what it did. So it's nice to be right. And I said that we would resist right around the $3 mark, and that's what we did. So I'm not always right. I wasn't right about ABML the other day when somebody asked about it. I said, it's probably not going to move for a while, and then it jumped 33% because there was some plug that went out there. So that's all I got for you today. If you guys want to check out my Patreon, that link is down in the description. You can go over there, see what I have to offer between my portfolios, my private Discord that's over there, my weekly newsletter, my weekly watch list of stocks. I really appreciate the support. Also, you can support me by supporting yourselves by using the referral links for Moomoo and Webull. Sign up, get your free stocks, along with the deposit that goes in there for each of those. It's all your money, and then you get more money in the way of free stocks on top of it. So that's a pretty cool deal. So hit the like button if you like this video. Thank you very much for stopping by. I'm Dr. Stock. Thanks for rocking with me. Now go get that money.